Another one, they handed out this article this morning. I couldn't find it. It was one of those things I saw it. It just made my brain explode. This whole flipped classroom thing, which we'll get into in a little bit when I'm doing the forms, it started with a professor at Harvard who was wildly popular. His classes, his math classes were impacted every year. He was wildly popular. He had 40% of his kids actually pass. So look at the dichotomy. Wildly popular, 40% passing. And here's a phrase that he used to describe what was happening. He was a great lecturer, and it was about passive assimilation. And this, as far as I can tell, was the progenitor of the flipped classroom. This is about 1990. And what he said was, my classroom needs to be an experience where we work together, we break things down together, we solve things together. And then he flipped his classroom, and after 2 years of perfecting that, he was at like 70% passing, because, I mean, honestly, it's Harvard math, so it's going to get hard. And so think about how that applies to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It is a very different thing than a lecture. And one thing, like I flip my classrooms in class. Kevin has been a victim of this in my English class. We do Iron Chef lessons. You guys like Iron Chef?
Sure.
Okay, what makes Iron Chef cool? There's a timer. There are judges. Spontaneity, secret ingredient. How about this? Remember I gave the example of a Google presentation where everybody does one slide? What if I do this? Everybody in here, I'm not going to lecture on Wilson's 14 points. You rarely get a good crowd response on Wilson's 14 points. Rarely. But what if I say this? I'm giving you guys 3 websites and 2 videos that outline the concept that we're dealing with. You 5 work together. You have 20 minutes. I want a summary of points 1 through 5, 5 through 10. I want 3 infographics. I want charts. I want 2 primary documents, and you are the citation queen. You have 20 minutes. Go. I'm not lecturing. Once I get that workflow in, my prep time looks like this. What are we covering today? That's all I need to know. I need 3 good websites and what we're covering today. That's my prep time. It's wildly effective. And then, at our school, we're lucky to have 80-minute periods. So what I'll do is I'll give the kids 20 minutes to work, and then they each get 3 minutes to present. New technical problem. How many people have lived through this? We're going to present our PowerPoints now. Oh, I don't have a flash drive. Oh, mine won't open. Right? Oh, remember the Google Docs video? They've already shared it with me. I simply open it on my computer. They get 2 minutes, they come up like this. We're talking about Wilson's 14 points. It happened at the end of World War I. They were trying to prevent more wars. Boom. Next guy. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See it? Good. Now what happens is my kids get 4 mini lectures. And I'm in the back of my room literally like this. Good job. Keep going. Oh, another good job. Nice. And guess what they do? They keep that. Those are their notes.
Yeah.
Their presentations are the notes. So you guys have the tools to walk right into that. Does any of that sound hard pedagogically?
No. Yeah.
A couple technical wrinkles, right? Got a little learning that one. But pedagogically, if you've already been doing jigsaws, you're already there. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say for our teachers, for us, because of who we are and what we do, we see your vision so clearly, it's outrageous.
Right.
For our students who are learning to be teachers, when you know how to say, do this, do that, insert,
Right.
we have to teach them how to create the project.
Right.
So they know how to do that. So it sounds simple. Their prep time is not. Their prep time is now.
Because even though they're getting ready to be teachers, they're still regular students.
Right. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah.
That it sounds.
2 things to respond to.
They still have to learn how to do
Yeah, but it's cool to
that.
start a project that's achievable.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying we have to teach
2 things to
that.
And I'm up
respond to.
against, I'm with you on that because they're victims of 15 years of learning that way.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
They have to get out of that
That's
box.
right.
Because they want to do Cornell notes.
That's right.
Because it's easy.
It's easy.
But it's passive assimilation.
Right.
And if Cornell notes were going to work, I don't know if there's any Cornell notes fans in here. Okay. If that was going to work, the scores would already be high.
Yeah.
We have millions of hours into that. If that was going to cause great scores, we'd be there. We wouldn't be having these conversations.
Now, the response to that, the good news is,
Keeps them busy.
theoretically,
And they're
your
working.
students who come to you learning to be teachers are getting some of this. That they should be getting this before they come to you, and then if this is what you use and this becomes the language everyone speaks, it's not gonna be an issue. I will tell you that, because I'm gonna get into revision history, I wanna show you that real report, but I had fourth graders, just like John said, create a slideshow. They were in groups of 3 or 4, and they had to create a slide about one of the other people in their group, just so they could get used to how to create slideshows. Those kids are in 5th grade now, but it was last year during 4th grade. Some groups on their own decided that since the presentation tool did not have a chat in the side where they could talk to each other, because how do you make a slide about someone without asking them questions about themselves, right? They opened up a document and were typing in the document and organizing their notes before they made a slide for it. And I said, oh, what are you guys doing? You have a document? We're working in slides. And they're like, no, we're doing our slides.
That's our content.
We
That's our
decided,
back channel.
9 years old, that we were going to open up a document that we shared with each other, because I showed them how to share documents with each other once when they made the slideshow. They decided that would be an easier tool for them. So if my 9-year-olds will come around to that on their own, your 20-year-olds hopefully and beyond will. You just might need to encourage them a little bit more and let them come up with those solutions.